What is under the earth? Have you ever imagined? If we dug continuously underground, deeper than the sea and deeper than the height of Mount Everest, where would we reach? If scientists can reach Mars, 150 million kilometers away from Earth, then why do we? Do we repeatedly fail to drill a 12,740-kilometer long hole into the Earth? In today's video, we will find out what secrets lie beneath the surface that weaken even the largest drill rigs. Let's start with the top layer of the Earth, where we live. And this is where 80% of the world's animals live. If you go down 1 to 2 feet below this, you will find holes for insects and rats. Burials are usually dug up to 6 feet below. If you go down 13 feet below this, you will find the 3,000-year-old Egyptian king Tutankhamun and his treasures. In ancient times, Egyptian kings were buried 10 feet. Under the ground, metal detectors can detect metal up to 20 feet. If you go down 23 feet, you will see the Quechua Tunnel. During the Vietnam War, soldiers built this tunnel to hide, communicate, and surprise American soldiers. Nile crocodiles can dig holes up to 40 feet. This hole is the deepest hole ever dug by any animal. If you go down 65 feet, you will see the Paris catacombs. There are more than 6 million skeletons. In the 18th century, the cemeteries of Paris were filled with corpses. At that time, a terrible epidemic was spreading here. So the French government decided to bury these bodies 65 feet below the ground. If you go down 180 feet, you will see an underground urban farm. This type of farm is found in China. Here, crops are grown underground using artificial light. Underground, nuclear waste is buried 328 feet deep, so that it cannot harm mankind. If you go down a little further, 346 feet deep, there is the deepest metro station in the world. This metro station is in the city of Kiev in Ukraine. And it is so low that you have to take the help of many elevators to get here. 400 feet. If you go down deep, you will see the top of the lowest tree. This tree is found in Africa, which is called Wild Factory. They can go down this far in search of water. If you go down 500 feet, you will see the deepest hotel in the world, which is called Sala Silver Mine Underground Hotel. This hotel is located in Sweden. There is no Wi-Fi, no mobile signal. You can spend some time peacefully by candlelight. Guests here can only communicate with the help of radio. Even lower than that, at 720 feet deep, is the bottom of the deepest river in the world. This river is found in Africa, which is known as the Congo River. But people have gone even lower. At 950 feet deep, is the deepest train tunnel in the world. This tunnel is known as the Seiken Tunnel. It connects 2 islands in Japan. This tunnel is even built under the sea. Even if a person is hiding 1,000 feet below, he will not be able to escape from the hands of a nuclear missile. B-82 nuclear warhead. If this is a missile that falls anywhere, someone can destroy a structure built 1,000 feet below. If you go even lower than that, you will reach the Dead Sea, which is 432 m or 1,419 feet below sea level. It is so low that even an amphitheater building will fit inside. If you go even 2,300 feet below that, you will reach the San Jose mine in Chile. And here 33 miners were stuck without a supply of drinking water for 69 days. Because mining, its entry point was blocked by a landslide. 3,180 feet below the ground, there is a hole dug by humans where you can see the open sky from standing. This place is known as the Bingham Copper Mine. And it is such a deep point that the world's tallest building, the Khalifa Bridge, can be inserted into it. 7,257 feet below is the deepest cave in the world, which is known as Veribokina. It is in Georgia. But surprisingly, people have gone even lower than that. 10,500 feet below is the Kolar Gold Mine, or KGF. It is in Karnataka. At one time, gold was mined from this mine. Superhit films like KGF were inspired by this mine. If you go down to a depth of 12,000 feet, you will see the deepest living insect in the world, which is called the devil worm. Surprisingly, this insect can live so deep. 13,123 ft or 4 kilometers below is the deepest mine in the world. This mine is called the Mponeng Gold Mine. This mine is in South Africa, and the purest gold in the world is mined from this mine. The temperature inside it goes above 66 degrees Celsius. Working from where? A big challenge for the workers. But even then, people do not hesitate to take risks for a little money. It is so deep that if someone falls from the top, it will take 30 seconds to reach the bottom. That means falling down will be a missed call. A little further from this point is the depth of 2,932 feet. As high as the height of Mount Everest. If you go down to a depth of 35,640 feet, you will have to go down to the deepest point of the ocean. In 1951, the British ship HMS Challenger measured this point in the ocean with a rope and found its bottom at a depth of about 10,863 meters. This point in the ocean is known as Challenger Deep. It is so deep that if you turned Mount Everest upside down, there would still be a 2-kilometer gap. But you will be surprised to hear that humans have dug holes even deeper than that. The deepest hole ever made by humans is 402,230 feet or 12 kilometers down. It is known as the Kola Super Deep Borehole. This hole is 23 centimeters wide. In 1997, a Russian mission was to drill a hole that would reach the center of the Earth. But after 9 years of continuous drilling, they reached a point where the temperature reached 200 degrees. And as a result, the drill equipment became so hot that it was not possible for them to go down further. This is the only hole made by humans that no one has been able to drill down to this day. Before we know how deep the Earth is, we first need to know about the layers of the Earth. The Earth is divided into 4 layers. The first layer is called the crust. The second layer is called the mantle, and the third layer is called the outer core. The fourth is called the inner core. So far, our excavation has been going on in the first layer of the Earth. This layer is about 30 to 70 kilometers thick. And it is in this crust layer we live. If we go down below 70 kilometers, we will reach the mantle layer, which is 2,900 kilometers thick. However, this layer is not like a trust. It can be divided into 2 parts: upper mantle and inner mantle. Upper mantle is up to 660 kilometers down, and it is in liquid form, and volcanoes are formed from here. On the other hand, the inner mantle is 2,900 kilometers deep from the surface of the Earth. However, it is slightly hard due to pressure. It is soft like toothpaste, and it slowly starts to flow. The temperature of the mantle ranges from 1,000 to 3,000 degrees Celsius. Then when we go down to 2,900 kilometers, we will see the outer core. It is about 2,200 kilometers thick. In between, there is iron and nickel. And the temperature here is always between 4,000 and 5,500 degrees Celsius. It is so hot here that no strong material can survive here. And this layer helps to create the magnetic force of the Earth, which protects us from the terrible rays of the sun. After going down to a depth of 5,000 kilometers, we will see the inner core of the Earth, which is made of nickel and iron, whose temperature is between 5,000 and 6,000 degrees Celsius. This temperature is exactly the same as the temperature of the sun. However, this layer remains solid due to the great pressure. According to scientists, metals from the inner core and outer core reach the Earth's crust through the mantle layer, from where we extract them, such as elements like iron, copper, nickel, magnesium, aluminum, gold, silver. Volcanism and tectonic movements play a special role in their arrival in the crust layer. If all the layers of the Earth are connected together, then the total depth of the Earth will be about 6,371 kilometers. Because when we go further down through the center, we will see the same layer. Because we know that our Earth is round. That is, if you think that you can go around the hole on the other side of the Earth and go to the other side, then if this hole is dug from India, it will come out through the Pacific Ocean near Chile. And its total distance will be 12,742 kilometers. But we have only been able to dig holes up to this 12 kilometers depth in the crust layer with the help of modern technology. That means if Dubai is the surface of the Earth, then the center of the Earth would be 6,371 kilometers away in North Korea. But we humans have only been able to dig holes up to this depth so far. Just as much as you can see on the screen.